Hey, deserving listeners, Love is Blind. Let's watch.
Super excited. I love her. We're gonna have the most beautiful baby you've ever seen. Just to smell her pheromones. I don't know the right word right now. Pheromones. Her pheromones.
Yeah, it's not a common word. Pheromones. Yeah. Oh wait, what's he saying here?
The right word right now. Pheromones. Her pheromones just smelled like love. Like they just felt like she just has such a good heart.
I mean, suddenly he is a poet. It is poetic to say that your pheromones smell like you have a good heart. You could put that in a song or a funny anniversary card. Meaning that he has struggled with putting things into words and with expressing things. And, you know, in a way, I think I can really understand what he's saying, right? I mean, just imagine that you are absolutely in love. You want to spend the rest of your life with someone, and for the very first time you see them in person and you smell them. And you, I think, I didn't show it, but they seem to have some physical chemistry right off the bat, which is encouraging. Doesn't always mean anything, but they seem to fit well together. The way they kissed, it wasn't awkward. Not that having awkward kisses would be strange. It would be really awkward. There's so many production people that are on the side of the cameras and people and handlers and, you know, just all these. Just imagine that you're on stage. They're on stage. To us, it looks like they're just in a hallway. No. And they know they're being filmed, so just imagine the intensity of it. Anyway, so he is saying that her pheromones just, you know, just are there, and she just has feels such a. I mean, I'm not any better.
I just know it. It just protrudes through the pheromones. She's fucking sick. Y'all should meet her.
She's fucking sick, bro. Y'all should meet her. I mean, have you met her? And the production's like, yeah, I mean, we've been here with you the whole time. What do you... She's fucking sick, bro. Have you met? You should meet her. Let's get her out here. Yeah. Wait. What did... I really need to absorb what he's saying here.
Pheromones. I don't know the right word right now. Pheromones. Her pheromones just smell like...
Yeah, I'm reading. Her pheromones just smell like love. Perfect. No one can put it better than Patrick in that way. Because, you know, I don't know. I can imagine that feeling. I know that feeling of, whether it's pheromones or not, we can't really know. But when you see someone up close and visually you're just like, oh, because he's already said that she's beautiful, but there's just something about someone that you can't put into words. You don't really know what it is, the chemistry, right? And I think that's what he's saying, is just like the love there and the feeling and it feels right, I think is what he's saying.
Like love, like they just felt like she just has such a good heart. I just know it. It just protrudes through the pheromones. She's fucking sick. Y'all should meet her. My mind is blown. She's so beautiful and tight.
Wait, tight? What is... There was also kind of a funny line where she was being interviewed before the hallway and she's saying, I'm so nervous I might pee my pants. Maybe I should wear underwear.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
But yeah, tight. I think he means tight, like sick, right? I wonder if in 40 years when they watch this show, it'll be like, people will have to Google, like, what did people mean in 2025 when they said tight and sick? Okay, so they don't usually show us the hotel stuff, so this probably isn't good.
There are some things that I think you should know, but
Don't tell me that Kacie is having second thoughts. Oh, I mean, maybe there's a good reason. But, I mean, I don't know. Well, let's see.
This is like, what do you want me to explain? He deserves somebody better than me. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what you say when, well, I don't know. It sounds like she is breaking up with him, which is, I don't know. But there could be some self-esteem issues in there somewhere. I don't know. Or she's just saying that because she's trying to be, I don't know.
I love you so much. Like, I was so happy.
Okay, so there's a cliffhanger, but there's another episode, so I'll just skip to that part.
I was so happy. He's not a bad-looking guy in any sense.
Okay, so she's telling him I have to go home. If I were him, I'd be thinking, totally, we can leave together and then we'll live happily ever after. But then we hear voiceover. He's not a bad-looking guy in any sense. Like, uh-oh. All right. So on one hand, it's fine if people will get blasted on the show for break. I wonder if this is another radical honesty problem. I'll wait for her to expand.
But he deserves somebody that is so obsessed with him.
Okay, so I think it's pretty clear what she's saying is that she's not attracted to him. And I'll just say, if we think of real life, not the show, then it makes total sense, right? People have this. Now, I feel like sometimes when people acknowledge this, that they get blasted online, or that it's uncouth somehow to suggest that attraction is important in romantic relationships. It's not always, but it often is. It's often a big part of it, right? It's part of the whole package. And of course, we don't want to recommend that people be too shallow in that way, but it's understood. We are animals. We can't get away from that. And we're also cultural animals. We can't get away from that. Anyway, so in the real world, if you really connected with someone, like you meet through friends, or you meet at church, or you meet at work, or you meet online, and you're just like, wow, I'm really vibing. Or I guess a common experience would be you're texting with someone and you see a few pictures on Tinder or whatever. And you're just like, oh my God, we're really, or you talk on the phone, and then you meet in person and you're just like, oh, I'm not feeling it. And he's just not my type. I'm not attracted to him. I will say that they had seemingly a lot of chemistry in person, but that can be not there, and you could look like there's chemistry. Anyway, now we don't even know how he feels. He might feel similarly. He might be like, yeah, I wasn't really feeling it either. Anyway, so in the real world, I would imagine most people would understand if someone felt like, I really connect with this person in terms of their personality, but I'm just not attracted to them. I just don't have that spark. I imagine most people would be okay with that. I think that's normal. I don't know what to say about it in terms of whether it's a good thing or a bad thing, but it's a thing, right? But on the show, if someone does that, then they are seen as this horrific, atrocious psychopath or something, right? I mean, I remember when What's-Her-Face from the Seattle season, when she was like, you're looking at me, stop looking at me, or that. And, so there's problematic versions of this, I suppose. But, it happens. So can someone be a good person and legitimately fall in love and fall deeply in love and then meet in person and the pheromones just aren't working, or the look isn't working, or something? Now, of course, I'm realizing, of course, the online accusation would be that she's racist and she wanted to think that she would be okay with an Asian American man, but really isn't, or something. But we don't know that. We don't know. Maybe she'll elaborate, but we still wouldn't know because she could be obscuring, And so the other angle here is, and we can only use this as a jumping off point. We don't know anything about these people, but one of the observations that I've had about her, which isn't something that we get a chance to talk about, is I don't know how I would phrase it. We don't really have a term for this exactly, but it is an observation of personality that someone will be extremely, I don't know, the phrasing I think I had in my notes was like naively honest, innocent honesty or something, lack of experience honesty, I don't know, but honesty. And what is in her mind and her heart, she says, for better or for worse, right? And sometimes it doesn't come across very well. And match that up with some naivete, like when she was pressuring Patrick to talk about his ethnicity and he's uncomfortable about it. And she's like, I don't understand why you're uncomfortable. That could be naivete. It could be intelligence. It could be echo chamber. It could be a bone to pick. I hypothesize that maybe in her echo chamber, because I know that there are echo chambers like this where they think of the awakening and all of these false notions about racism is everywhere when it's not really everywhere, that kind of thing. And they would have a bone to pick about just like, I don't understand why this is uncomfortable for you. Are you assuming that racism is out there? I don't know. I don't want to accuse her or anything, but I just was curious as to why she would pressure someone that any other person would understand the landscape. And he literally told her why he was uncomfortable and she was still confused. So I'm framing that as naivete in a sense, because I think she legitimately thinks of herself as a non-racist person, I think she's literally even said something along those lines. And, racism is such a complicated term. And in a way, we're all racist because we're raised in a racist society. And racism applies to all sorts of, are we biased? Do we have prejudice? Do we treat people differently? Do we pigeonhole people? Yeah, we all do. So that's a form of racism in a sense. Anyway, point is that I wonder if this is another example of that where other people on the show would string it out and find a way to have the relationship peter out quietly or look for a thing during the in-person times to break up with him. Like, oh, he did that thing to me. And, I think we've seen that before. I remember there was that one guy who broke up, I can't remember their names, Alex, I think, and broke up with her because she didn't stay up late when his family came over, and he earlier they had this huge fight, and he basically had broken up with her, and then she got him to come back, and then it just kind of looked like he was looking for a reason to break up with her, and it didn't resonate with me, and it didn't resonate with the audience. But anyway, so she could have done that. I wonder how many people want to do what she's doing. And we've seen other people do this. We saw in second season with, what's her face? The Squinter. What was her name? She was like always like this. Anyway, so I don't know, but I wonder if the naive honesty is shooting her in the foot in terms of the edit, in terms of the audience. Because, say they went forward and at some point, and she, maybe she tries and then it just doesn't work. And then at some point she has a conversation with them off camera and says, look, it's just not working for me. I'm not going to say yes at the altar. I don't know if I really want to talk about why. I'm just not feeling it. And then they kind of peter out or they go to the altar and he says no or whatever, I wonder how many couples we've seen on the show where that happened when they really wanted to do this. And, there's pros and cons. If my conceptualization is accurate, which I can't know, but if it is, we can use this as a jumping off point, that people like this can look psychopathic or lacking empathy or being callous or something. But, it's a weird mixture because there's, at least to me, there's a lot of indicators that she does have a heart. Now, people with a heart can also be racist and materialistic and shallow. So there's that. But I don't know. It's upsetting, though, because as a citizen watching the show, I want to see them. It feels like such a denial, right? It's like this huge buildup, and you really look forward, the Leo and the Britneys and the others that just, it's like we don't get a chance. It's like, well, that's that. And we'll never see him again until the one time when they're all drunk and they all come to the thing or the reunion or something. Anyway.
Obsessed with him.
That's not you?
No. I understand how that is about to look.
Is it like, are you just trying to like...
Yeah, right. But sometimes it is the way that it looks. It's so discouraging because when they met in the hallway, it seemed like they had a lot of chemistry. So, and they seem like to vibe personality-wise. So, yeah. Golly, what kind of numbers is going to do to Patrick? But I bet that he's getting a lot of DMs from ladies. I'm just going to take a guess. So, yeah.
You're trying to break up? Or are you trying to just go home? You don't huh?
No, I don't want to go. I don't.
Yeah.
Right. So we're rewinding back to their conversation. And I mean, I'm not rewinding, but the show is. And he's still confused. Like, so you want to stay engaged but not go to Baja? Is that what you're saying? She's beating around the bush, which makes sense. It's a horrific thing. If anything, it shows that she cares because she's hesitant to, bring down the hammer.
No, that's cool. I'm okay. I'm okay with that. Go. Like, are you trying to break?
No.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then she's saying to him, I am in love with you. I just don't want to do a TV show anymore. But in the one-on-one interview, she's saying she's not attracted. And again, this honesty thing. So if she's stuck with that, and you just wonder how many people have that, where they meet in the hall and then they tell production, I don't want to be on the show anymore. I'm freaking out or something. And they leave and they tell everyone, no, I want to be with the person. I'm sorry. I just kind of leave. Now, people talk about contracts and how there's a potential fine, but I think the fine is there as a deterrent, not as something they would actually use, because people have gone off contract before, and from my understanding, they haven't used that clause, and I don't even know what's on the contract anymore. But anyway, so I wonder how many people have even done that, and then they get edited out because there's nothing to show, right? Although we did see Leo and Brittany basically have this conversation where they're just like, I just don't want to be on the show anymore. And then they went to, or no, they wanted to move on and they were excised because the producers didn't think they were real, right? Anyway, well, hopefully at some point she tells him what's happening.
It's okay. I'll see you back in Denver.
I did it in a different way, but I can't.
Yeah, no, you're good. I got you. Right.
Yeah, I feel bad for her. No one should be attacking anybody at any point for any of this. There are things that we could attack people online for, I suppose, but not this. I don't think so. I really don't. So I really hope that people don't attack her. People will attack her. And on some level, I understand. I don't agree with it, but there's a lot of racism. There's a lot of horrific treatment from white people towards a lot of people of color, including Asians. There's a whole, I talked about this before, there's a whole thing among Asian American men about how we, or full Asian men, are feminized. They're not seen as sexy or attractive or whatever. And I talked about how they will lament that they can't even date Asian American women because Asian American women are sought after by white men. So they're screwed and hurt and upset. And this will be a lightning rod for that. We don't know, though. Unless she says something. Is she going to say something? I don't think so, because she just said, I know how this is going to look. I think meaning racism, meaning it's not that, but we can't know. It could be, right? How would even she know? Hope she tells him. I'm worried that the way that they're editing this, it's really going to make people hate her because we know that she's wanting to break up with him, but she is not doing it. And he's, yeah, I love you. I'm with you. I support you. I'm so sorry. Because as far as he knows, she just doesn't want to be on the show anymore, and she still loves him. But in real life, it makes sense that it takes a while. I mean, if you've ever broken up with someone, if we actually had a videotape of it, in all likelihood, you took a while to actually tell them, because it's hard. When you have a heart, when you have empathy, you hesitate to hurt another person.
Don't be sorry. Don't be sorry. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay.
Now, I want to be clear that racism is a problem. And as a half Asian guy, I can tell you that I've suffered, and a lot of people around me have suffered. I mean, literally, people in my family were in prison during World War II because they had Asian heritage. They had Japanese American heritage. They were born here, citizens here, working here, and were not spies for the Japanese government. And yet, everyone, not just the suspicious people, everyone was imprisoned within, I think, 200 miles of the West Coast, including my great-grandparents who were elderly at the time. So, yeah, I understand racism, but we could talk about that, but I don't know what's happening here. This could just be what happens in relationships. You know, you fall in love and then you fall out of love. But now, I also want to say that there could be something criticizable. There could be a problem here. There were red flags with Kacie that I've already talked about, but I don't know. I just worry about everyone on the show. And really, maybe we should just listen to Patrick, because often the Patricks of the world will go on Instagram and say, I don't want you to attack this person. I'm glad everyone's supporting me, and I imagine Patrick would say that. I don't know, though. Maybe not. And therefore, if we're attacking her when Patrick might be saying, please don't, then what are we really doing? Because on paper, we're attacking her because we are watching her hurt someone and we care about him. But if he's saying, don't do that for me, then really, what are we doing? All right, well, that does it for that episode. Everyone out there, please take care of yourself, because you deserve it. You really, really do.